Hello and welcome to the North American qualifiers for the Faceit League Stage 3, the final stage. It's James here, again joined with DDK. How are you doing today?
Hi guys. Hi James. I'll turn to you and said hi guys.
How are you doing today, Dan?
I'm well. I am well.
I'm glad we finally got to the answer. So we're going to have two matches for you today, the first of which is a round of 8 match, I believe, which is Luminosity versus Gamers Academy, a Brazilian showdown. The winner of that will go on to face Conquest in the next match, which will be a qualifying match. The winner of that will proceed to the Faceit League. Dan, do you have our maps for our first match?
Yeah, we have Train first, then Cash, and then Mirage. And so this is going to be interesting because it's a Brazilian showdown, which doesn't happen every day.
No.
Last time these two teams played each other was actually in Brazil. And actually Games Academy ended up winning, and that was back when Luminosity was Key Stars. But since then, Luminosity have stolen a player from that team, which was Cold. So Cold has been stolen. So
maybe there's beef there.
So you would expect. I mean, Luminosity absolutely should be the favorites in this showdown. But it's a cool series of maps to kick things off with. I don't know if this will go to the third. I think Luminosity should win this fairly convincingly, but we'll have to see. Maybe Games Academy, they can bounce back after losing some of their players to Luminosity. We'll have to see.
Train, Cash, and Mirage, the 3 maps we will be seeing for our first match of the day. And I like that. I quite like the current map pool, actually, in a sense that you can get some very interesting maps, like the match we saw with Liquid playing last week versus a team. They were playing against, what's Emphasis team called again? New name is Complexity.
I was just thinking.
I just put their sticker on my M4. It's funny. Everyone's abandoned the silenced M4, but I generally always use the M4A4. But sometimes I just feel like having a dabble down in the silenced M4. So I have the hot rod, and I was trying to figure out on the end the furthest or the closest to the front of the gun, that sticker location where they've got loads of lines. I was trying to figure out what would actually look relatively reasonable going there. So I put the Complexity sticker there. But it looks messed up, unfortunately. It looks awful, but I'm going to leave it there. But anyway, Liquid and Complexity last week, they had an interesting number of maps, which I think was Train, Overpass, and the third one, which I think was the first map, was... what was it? It was one of the normal maps, if you will, or the older maps. But again, Train, Cash, Mirage, the maps for today.
Oh, it would have been Inferno, I think. I'm pretty sure it was Inferno.
I think you might be right. So Train, obviously a map, an Orpa's Paradise with all the lanes, etc. And then 2 open maps, Cash and Mirage, which is, well, actually an Orpa's Paradise as well, but for very different reasons. Hopefully we'll see nice executes. I'm really curious to see Brazilian style all the way around, basically. Brazil versus
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I suppose you could put a pun there. I used to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, actually. And my teacher used to teach me in Portuguese. So if I ever fought in competition versus English people, they wouldn't understand what he was telling me to do.
Why did you stop?
Cool. I almost broke something outside of the lesson. Actually, nothing to do with jiu-jitsu. I don't know. I think it was either a leg or an ankle, or I don't know. I did something and I was out for a few months, and then I was just too lazy to go back, unfortunately. Now my teacher has since moved to Boston, Massachusetts, and he has a massive academy there, so I'm kind of loyal to one person. So now he's gone, I just don't do jiu-jitsu anymore, basically. It's over, Dan. It's all over. It's all over.
We should No. There's no idea. There's something that we had an idea, which is actually good, and we never did it. Which was, I think it's me versus you in Street Fighter 4, and then 2 other disciplines. Like you wanted to pick Quake or something, which is a death wish.
Well, it depends on the stipulations, Dan.
Even if I don't have any weapons, I'm still gonna win, James.
Oh my god. Hey, I can rail. My rail is not bad at all.
We shall see about that.
I can't move though.
My dodging is pretty good. Okay, so we are going to be jumping into the knife. The knife.
I just want to look at the knives. Don't like that one. Go to the next one. That one does not look nice either. This one's alright, but it's too much black. Where's all the blue?
Oh, and apparently as well, Fallen owns Games Academy. He owns Team James that he's about to play against.
We weren't going to mention that, Dan.
Oh. Well, no one told me that, so good job, James. I received this information about 20 minutes ago.
There we go.
You guys suck.
It's like I picture it like Vince McMahon. You know, is he gonna tell like his employees to lie down on their swords so we can become the heavyweight champion? Who knows? Who knows? I doubt it.
Okay. So, good old train. So we will be. We will have to see whether Luminosity can get that good CT start, because again, they are the favorite team, and generally speaking, it's pretty hard if you're on the T side against the favorite team. If you don't win that pistol round and you don't have the ability to control their economy at all, then things can get a little bit nasty, a little bit out of hand pretty quickly. So, hoping the Games Academy are going to be able to pick up a good pistol. And what are they going to be choosing here? So, no alley pressure, which is fairly common actually on pistols. They're going to go down Pop Dog.
Indeed, they are moving quickly onto the bomb site, but those USPSs with the range can take the headshots. Saw Cold in a sneaky place. That didn't pay off too much. 3-man retake here for Luminosity. You can see Steel carrying a defuse kit. Those are 2 early frags, and now Taco is in a pretty bad situation, Dan.
Yeah, that's pretty
He's
rough.
dead, Dan.
But they got the bomb down at the very least, so they can, if they really want to, they can try to get some pressure on. What would be really cool to see actually is just going for the smoke execute outside and just trying to get the bomb down again and see if they can get another couple kills. Because if they get the bomb down, they could. I mean, they could try to go in it, but I like that less because I think it's harder to do damage to the CT economy with a bomb down on B than on A. But let's have a look and see what they go for. They're going to go for the straight up save. So they're not wanting to complicate things and do anything interesting. They're just going to go for the straight up save and get the AKs in the following round. And it could work out. I mean, Luminosity, they've got a couple of imps and a couple of FAMAs, and they're not if they win this round, they're not going to rebuy those. I wouldn't imagine. So the Academy should be going into the following round with a pretty good advantage.
What I always think about this particular round, in a situation where the T's have got a plant on the first round, is that we should see more of an approach to trying to get a second plant, because then the AWP becomes on, for example. And that's something Titan did for a while on Mirage, for example. They went for that dedicated get the plant worst case scenario. But it's not going to be the case this time. GA will go for the AKs and the Gillo, because obviously, you know, they all bought pistols there, like let's say $300 average. If 1 or maybe 2 people buy smoke instead. I mean, this is one of the harder maps, in fairness, so it's less relevant because of the choke points on train and how they can be controlled in when you have the gun on the CT side. Anyway, Pop Flash coming in towards Ivy, but Games Academy ready and waiting. We see that is a fairly common play, so the T's will be expecting that to some degree. You can often have one player just facing away from Ivy in case that happens again, so they can mount an offense should the CTs choose to push.
Yeah, so it's a good start indeed. And Fallen has taken some damage as well. And Luminosity are going for what is pretty much the best way to handle this situation like this. Just keep 3 people in the yard, in the A kind of area. And of course one of them is in connector. So the rotation to B is really, really quick. And it's actually Steel who's in and around Secret. But unfortunately for Luminosity, they're going to get a player picked off here. Bolts is going to go down. And now the pressure is really on. Cold needs to come out with a really huge result here. The bomb is traveling up alley. Can Cold get the damage? He gets the first kill. Oh, he sprays on the second one as well. And the bomb has been spotted. He's given Luminosity a chance, but there's still a man down.
23 seconds for them. They have control of the A area at the moment, so the plant should be successful. The Pop Flash coming in from Steel. He's maybe trying to see if some fire would come his way. I think there was a little bit. Trying to retake with an and an AWP. And this may mark the end of the round for the CTs. As Fallen, this is a very, very gambly situation for him indeed.
Yeah, it's absolutely impossible. So just go for the save. That's the thing with, again, like if you're newer to the dynamics of Train, it's easy to get the bomb down on B, but it's really hard to hold the B bomb site unless you actually take connector, which means you need to be very fast. With A, it's very hard to get the bomb down on A, but if you get post-plant set up on A, it's so hard for the CTs to retake you. So they can be anywhere on that yard. It's really difficult to deal with. And we will see the AWP stay in the hands of Fallen, of course, after the save. And his teammates, having saved their, carried the oomph and the pharmacists through a couple rounds, have the ability to buy once more. It's not perfect, but it is pretty respectable, just a mag on Steel. And Steel is going towards Secret as well, so they might have a bit of pressure, Luminosity, towards Secret, and that could give them a couple openers here.
Right. Still early days in this particular round. Henny coming in to support his player, but he's unable to trade. Fallen gets the AWP shot. Will get out there with 20 HP. And Gamers Academy are down 2 men to the 1 of Luminosity.
I like it though. They've fallen back really far back into the B yard, train yard area. And that's really nice. Now that they've got that one-man advantage, the push is really thinned out. So if Gamers Academy want to push into a bomb site, they're very likely going to lose at least one person, and then someone has to plant. So then for a few seconds, basically it's like a 2 or 3 versus 1 situation where Luminosity can gain a lot of ground. So this is kind of hard actually for Games Academy, and it looks like they are likely going to go for a play towards A, depending on what Taco can pull off here. His presence, I think, has been announced already.
Yeah, they need someone to kind of make this game a little bit more open for them. They're losing the ability to trade with only 3 players, and there we go. Taco gets an opening frag. Is that going to cause a rotation from the CCs? There are 20 seconds left, so they need to expect a committal from J one way or another, and here it comes onto the B bomb site now. The final 2 Luminosity players are coming in to try and go for the retake. There's that standard smoke there to deny vision from Connector towards that area. Now, let's see. If Luminosity go for the defuse, Fallen's the one carried with the kit as well, and he's looking for the frags far away from the bomb, so Luminosity are in a really bad situation because there's so many angles and only one person to cover as the other goes to the defuse. It seems the fake has come in and Cold has been punished. That's going to be the end of the round. Fallen will be forced to save once more.
Yeah, that was a really nice play from Games Academy, getting the pick onto Ali, causing a little bit of distraction, delaying the rotation just by a few more seconds. Bought some valuable time as they got themselves down into the B yard.
It appears, Dan, that Reese wants to play Quake Live instead of Counter-Strike.
That's cool.
So
I approve.
It appears that the game has crashed. Hopefully, the game will return shortly. In the meantime, I mean that was like a really interesting situation again because the bomb is here, Fallen is up here with the AWP, but he's the one carrying the kit, so he can't realistically cover his teammate trying to defuse because it's a 10-second defuse versus 3 players. So they can only fake, but even if he fakes and kills 1, even 2 players, like they're still not going to win the round.
Yeah, it was really cool that Taco got that kill. I mean, if Taco doesn't get the kill, there is very limited chance for them to win the round. But him getting that kill, making it 3 versus 3, and it's completely obscure at that point, it was pretty impressive for them to be able to pull that one back. So in Fallen, I mean, he saves the AWP again, but his team don't have any money to buy now. I think they've lost 2 in a row, so they're going to have like around $2,000. That's not very much money, so they're going to have to save and hope that Fallen can get some nice picks with his AWP. So then I think you would expect Games Academy to go for a nice anti-eco, but every team likes to play the anti-ecos differently. And they go through different cycles. Okay, we tried this for a few weeks and this for a few weeks. So let's have a look at Games Academy, see how they handle this. Looks like they just want to go straight to yard with their anti-eco. They know that it's just one AWP, and that's all that can really be on the opposition. But this is turning into a decent start for Games Academy.
This is an excellent start. See, and the thing about this situation is, if Luminosity could say kill 2 people with, I'll say 4 of the CTs staying alive, then with the AWP in tow, things can get really tricky for the T's. But it's that initial period where it's so easy, worst case scenario for Games Academy to trade and just spray down multiple players that makes it a very, very, very marginal situation for Luminosity. And there we go. It's a fast round for Games Academy, and they take the lead 3-2. By coming out for Luminosity now, but Fallen has indeed lost the AWP, and Henny will be on point with his own.
Yeah, so good start again for Games Academy. So Luminosity It's really hard on train because the only place you can take aggressions on train really is either alley, and you need to, I mean, ideally you need a couple players to do that, because look at the position there from Taco. It's so easy if the teams are playing passively to watch for that long range and play it safe, or secret, and those angles also towards Pop Dog are very risky, but they do need some kind of a risk in a position like this. If Games Academy just execute onto the yard, they're very likely to win the round unless they miss a lot of shots that they shouldn't miss. Then I think it'll be very good. But here we go. We can see a side aggression. Luminosity trying to work out what's going on. They won't spot anything. And Taco will realize they're kind of squirming at the moment, not understanding what's going on. They're getting a little bit desperate. And there's the pick from Taco. It's going from bad to worse here for Luminosity.
Well, 2 of them remaining now, and I don't think they're both going to survive. Fallen taking down Taco. He had nowhere to retreat, but 2 versus 3. Now there's an opportunity here for Gamers Academy, but again, Henny still has the AWP, and one wrong step from either of these Luminosity players, and they're going to find themselves blasted into space. Henny just searching for the shot, and there it is. Seal goes down. Fallen does what he can, but it's not going to be enough. 3 players surviving here for Gamers Academy. With the updates to CSGO and the new hitboxes, the AK feels sweet now. It feels
sweet
glorious.
As a nut.
Feels glorious.
I never understood that phrase, sweet as a nut, because nuts are fairly savory.
I think, yeah, I mean, like blackberries, for example, maybe even raspberries.
Is it ironic? I don't know.
Sweet as a raspberry, Dan, would make more sense.
Mm.
When I was in France recently, I plucked and ate wild raspberries. And Dan.
Those are awesome.
Wild blackberries.
You should have made a blackberry crumble, James. So here we go. We got another save from Luminosity. And they're just trying to play some sneaky positions towards Secret, and everything else looks standard from them. So it's more or less Games Academy just trying to prevent themselves from walking into the or stepping on the mines in this minefield of pistol players who are playing these close positions from Luminosity.
Those were very nice pop flashes, I have to say. Off the wall, just into the entrance of main. Obviously, with they're up against CZs, you know, one-tap machines at close range. They know that they're expecting that, and they're playing against it. Counter flashes everywhere here from Luminosity, and the one in Ivy is going to make from Games Academy, and this one will make Luminosity ask questions answered in a name of bullets to the face and the chest. Still going down in the Pop Dog area. So anyone play down at 2 now. Now things are getting nasty, but it's all over very quickly. With all the kills on the screen, look like free-for-all deathmatch then.
Yeah, I mean this is really nice here, because obviously 5-2 straight away is a pretty sick result. I'm quite curious to see how this all battle's going to go. Is Henny going to go for the straight up challenge against Fallen, perhaps through team main, or is he just going to play more passively? Because it could be that they want to try to allow Luminosity to overcompensate now, thinking that, okay guys, just holding is not enough, because it's not been working. Some teams do tend to, in a spot like this, say, okay, let's try something a little bit more funky. But it's cool that I like that Luminosity, you know, they're just holding, they're playing standard, they're not trying to do anything too crazy that Games Academy could exploit. So another standard setup from them. And I like their positions on the middle of the B yard as well. That's really good. It means that it's very likely you could get a kill when they go for the plant. You let them plant and just stay alive and prevent them from taking connector, which gives you a very strong retake.
Generally speaking, the Ts can't go for the early duel with the CTs, because the CTs almost always get to the connector first, facing T main. So it's always going to be a disadvantageous duel for the Ts to take in that respect. But the Orps can often end up finding each other. There is a spot to the right of the bomb train where the CTs take as an alternative route. Here we go. Taco having a look in Ivy. Fallen will close his eyes permanently for this round at least. Now he's got a very deep smoke all the way down to connector, and connector will push through and take down the pushing CT, but things even up once more. Fallen's teammates getting the frag before he can find them. Just down to Fur now versus Henny and Lucas. He'll have to dance around and try and discover, but there's a flank coming in. He's going to be pinched between 2 terrors.
Yeah, it's a very strong position here for Games Academy. Lucas with a good peek, and Fur will go down. A very hard situation for him. And there you go, we get a pause coming in from Fallen. It's very likely going to be tactical, because at the moment, Games Academy are really handily defeating Luminosity's basic setups. Because once again we saw, as I mentioned, you know, Luminosity trying to put Faith in a reactive setup, which is usually very good on Train. Like, you don't need to, Train is one of the maps where you don't need to get aggressive. And it's kind of like Nuke in that sense. Although I guess it's been a while since anybody has watched a competitive Nuke game. But yeah, usually you can rely on those setups, and it does a good job. The team I think that was very good at this was Virtus Pro. Is quite rare unless they felt like they could really get in the minds of their opponents, that they would decide to take any risky peeks. So just hold the kind of naturally strong choke points and just play from there. So Luminosity now need to try to work out what they're going to do differently. Will it be 2 orbs maybe? Or will they try to play more aggressively in secret? That's what some teams like to do. Or will they play closer on yard instead of being far back, which is what they've been doing so far? That's something that a lot of top teams like to do too, playing a guy on Pop Dog, guy on T main.
It's interesting that, you know, sometimes CTs get more aggressive on T main, such as Cloud9, but that really hasn't been such an issue against Games Academy as you see in other teams. It's not like early round. It doesn't seem to be a massive priority for them. So I don't even know how much it would still make things a little bit more difficult for them. Here we go. They've gone for the force buy with 2 scouts, and they're paying off so far. Henny getting taken down towards team main, so a different approach, but it pays off rather than the close quarters where you see Fur. It's the far range scouts doing the job, but they may not expect this from Fur. You know, when Luminosity were on the eco, they had specific flashbangs for Fur's position, but there's only FNX here on this occasion, as his teammate has fallen. But we are talking about 4 AKs versus 2 scouts and pistols, and there's only 1 player on Luminosity with armor. Yeah,
so Games Academy are basically asking themselves, how do we lose this round? Well, Fur actually manages to pick up the AWP that was dropped, and he's going to use it to get at Taco when they were really not expecting such an aggressive move. So it's really nice usage of surprise. But also, you have to say, you know, Games Academy, maybe they should have thought about trying to throw away that AWP, because it's quite deep into T main, so they could have done that. So that's a mistake that's going to cost them a life.
They could have used a grenade as well, just to, if they were scared of the location where it was, about going to get it, just throw a grenade past it so it bounces closer to your direction.
And well, positions from Luminosity are quite nice here. They've got 2 players very, very close towards the old sky, and one has gone down. There is another one lurking still. I don't know that he's been spotted. It's Bolts. He's got a 5-7 from Kevlar. There we go. He's going to find himself a very nice flank kill and a second follow-up with a nice crossfire. That provides a distraction for Steel to save the day. And Luminosity will win the round. Of course, they will have to defuse the bomb, which is an extra $800 for everybody on Games Academy. But just winning a round like this is definitely going to feel good, considering the fact that they've been really suffering on their proper buy rounds.
So, Luminosity now with half the rounds of Games Academy. But they're going to have an AWP on Fallen. That's pretty important. He is top fragging for his team at the moment, tied with Bolts. We'll see if they can combine to continue to start some momentum going. Well, it looks like it's going to be a fast aggression from Team Main on this occasion. So Games Academy is showing that they've got lots of tricks in the book. Turning the page. Making it close to the side. Bit of a team kill there, but it's arguably worth it. 2 for the price of 1. Going to be hard for the CTs to defend now, but Bolts has found himself all the way into Team Main. He's got an M4A4 though, so his location is not going to be unknown for long.
Yeah, this is a good approach, considering that his other teammates are coming from all other possible angles. So this will really help to distract Games Academy, and they'll have to communicate and coordinate very well with their positions to cover correctly. Showtime will deal with Bolts. That's very, very important. He's going to hold down the electric box position, which is going to be really good in this post plant, considering where the bomb actually is. Fallen's going to take down FNX, but there's time. There's no time. It's running out so fast at this point. Steel will find the last engagement, but he has to quickly leave. Showtime's going to go in there to try to get the kill. He almost did enough damage to eliminate Steel, combined with the bomb explosion, so good effort, but not enough. 7-3 is the score. Games Academy are looking very strong at the moment, and Luminosity are yet to find their feet.
Luminosity were quite lucky to save that AWP, and by the time Fallen was moving onto the main site and trying to peek, the round was already over. There wasn't time for him to defuse the bomb, so I think they wasted some weaponry there and could have potentially saved 2 guns rather than just about 1. That is a nice peek from Henny, actually, jumping onto that object behind him. Almost hitting the spot, but not quite. Getting a mixed bag here from Luminosity. Just spending a bit of extra money here and there. Again, Fer coming close, this time just walking in. No warning, no flashbang. Being taken down. So, good start from Games Academy. And they're taking it slow. Just waiting for the aggression to come. You see Showtime. How patient will he be? Gonna move the bomb away. And they leave Lucas to keep an eye on things.
So Steel is potentially going to be able to make a frag happen here. Oh, unfortunately not. He does get the shot off, but not the instant kill he needed to survive. And Fallen once again, last man standing with the AWP, been there before. Taco's going to quickly kill him, and it must be a very, very strange feeling when you've taken one of the best players from a team, and then to you know, let's say FNX, you know, getting kind of cast out of this, the golden lineup that is Luminosity, you know, the most decorated currently, most the lineup with the most prospects from Brazil, but then to then find yourself in a position where you're beating that team must be nice. Must feel nice for FNX.
Do you think they message Fallen and say sorry, boss, every time they kill him? I would. I would just to needle, just to piss him off. Yeah, absolutely.
That would be pretty raging. Yeah. I gotta say. So we get some early damage exchanges here in this round, and if you look at Luminosity's setup, when they're playing their rifles, they're actually not really changing things at all. We noted before that they play quite far back in the yards, in both of them, when they have these buys, and it's no different this round as well. What would be cool is to see them playing the TSM, Fnatic, and Cloud9 kind of style, where you get a player on Pop Dog, close to Pop Dog, and a player also who can crossfire with him, who's close to team main. It can be kind of volatile, but it's very strong if you've got good riflers in those positions. It does require some good skills though. There is no denying that. Games Academy look like they're ready to move. They've got 3 players here towards Ali with the bomb as well. And typically teams don't like to move the bomb through Ali, because if you lose it there, then it's very hard to pick it up again.
Yeah, and if it's visible, it kind of gives a game away as to what your approach is, what your objective is. But that might be apparent anyway, because there are only 22 seconds left on the clock here. But the CTs are falling like those things at the end of a bowling alley, Dad. I forgot the bloody name. Pins, whatever. Steel is the last man for his team. They know where he is. He's taking down FNX. He's got a 1 versus 3, and he is running already. Again, this is one of the worst maps, you might say, to try and clutch in once the bomb has gone down.
Yeah, it's very hard. That's actually one of the things that made this map very exciting historically, when it was in finals and stuff back in the old days. There's so many of those tournament-winning moments in these incredibly intense, incredibly difficult clutches. But 9-3 is the score, and it's a very surprising result, because it's not as if Games Academy have been repeatedly money screwing Luminosity particularly. It's that Luminosity, when they are playing with their rifles and their ops, they haven't been finding any luck at all with these setups. They've been getting outskilled, James. That's how it appears to us.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing the CZs have become somewhat popular once more, and we have a procession of echoing CTs heading up the stairs towards B, where they might be facing the bomb actually. That would be a kind of interesting situation, but seems maybe they're feeling like the position is unfavorable and they're going to back off. You can see the X-ray of Fer with the new animations there on the ladder, which is kind of funky. Still getting used to those. It's quite cool how they're on the ladder but facing the other way. But there we go.
Definitely looks a lot better. Oh dear, Phoenix. He's going to get the kill onto Fer, and he's been spotted. He's spotted also the other player who was in the vicinity, Bolts.
Nice.
With the CZ, actually, this was something that, again, it requires a lot of skill to really abuse it properly, to make it, you know, this really good weapon that a lot of the pro players use. Of course, the Faceit is much easier to use. But the cool thing about the CZ is that its rate of fire is so good that if you find certain angles where somebody peeks you for, let's say, 300-400 milliseconds, you know, maybe you get the headshot, but you just spray. You can spray almost an entire clip, and your chance to kill him in that one-on-one is much higher, and then you can take cover again. This is one of the reasons why CZ is particularly strong. And then there are some players Like, I think we'll go back to this point later on. We got the next round playing out. Looks like it's a fast one as well. We got Henny straight into Yard. Will he find a pick? Double up now, Fallen and for Luminosity. So they are switching it up just a little bit.
You saw Henny was flashed there, looking at the leftmost aisle, if you will, in the main train area. And that's always a situation for AWPers, because there are some spots where you might not retreat when a flash comes in, because it's unlikely that the CTs are actually going to peek you in that situation, so you can hold your angle, because moving back into it can be a problem sometimes. It's complicated. Ooh, the wall bangs here. Do not stand by the window, sir.
Yeah, that hurts. That really hurts. Yeah, I think he lost a good 60, 70 HP there. That was a nice meaty shot.
There are 5 Molotovs on Games Academy. I cannot wait to see how those are deployed. They do have a few smokes as well. The smokes are coming down, presumably into the B bomb site. I smell an execute down.
Yeah, it's coming in quickly. Steel is the first point of contact here for Luminosity. Now, we have Games Academy with a player. It is Lucas. He's so key here for his team. Wow, that's a great kill onto Steel. He could have been a big problem, but this is it now. They need to push forward. They need to hold on to the Yard. We've got the CTs all over the place now, actually making frag after frag. It's just FNX and Taco who are left over, and they don't have any HP. But there is the money Molotov. You just bounce this off the door, and it will land straight on the plant, and that can be the round over. But of course,
surprise.
The issue is that it's not going to kill too much time just yet, as there is still going to be plenty of time to defuse that bomb. As we can see now, they're going for it. And Fur's going to take down Taco, running up the ladder with an AWP. Okay, why not? And Cole's going to defuse. And once again, you see that issue. If you can't take connector, if you can't stop them from taking connector, then it's not going to work. I actually feel like the T's and T-sided teams should emphasize grenades more into connector, because you see the smoke actually helps the CTs get out there.
Yeah, it does indeed. And that was such bravery from Fur, but it was really... I don't think he was necessarily... Like, the pick looked insane, but the purpose was whether he lives or dies, he can tell if his other teammate needs to face as well, and if they're going to make the defuse. So, nice play by Luminosity, but here comes a fast push in the last round of the first half here from Games Academy, and there are people being lost left and right. Flashbang grenades, cold steel flying all over the map. 2 CTs left to the 3 of Games Academy, and they will take it 11-4.
Wow. And again, it's an 11-4 where Games Academy, they lost the pistol round, James.
Wow.
Didn't they? I'm pretty sure they did, right?
We'll have a look just after this.
Yes, they did. I'm pretty sure. I'm so sure that they did. I'm so sure they lost the pistol round. That's insane. They did get the bomb down though, so they were able to buy on the 3rd round instead of the 4th round. So yeah, they lost the pistol round.
They lost the pistol and took 11 or 15 rounds. So
Games Academy were only able to win 2 of their buy rounds. That's a really, really, really big problem. That's a huge red flag for anybody. For Luminosity, because anybody can try to pick train against them and be like, well, you guys, your CT side is kind of, there's something wrong there, and we can exploit that. Because it did look like Games Academy were out-skilling them. They were able to get a lot more out of these Angel situations, where as the CTs, you can make up for a small skill disparity by having better setups, better counter flashes, and so on. So it's definitely going to be something Luminosity need to go back and look over. And I didn't realize this, but it's actually was their choice. It was their pick.
Just wondering, yeah, the information came through. This was Luminosity's pick, so something that they're keeping from the Bostad.
Wow.
Gamers Academy, like, let's train on this server today. Okay, so GA going for a fast push towards B. That's the information, but it's going to cost him 2 lives, maybe even a 3rd. Got a player isolated up top. He's going to try and get away and hold the defense. Showtime takes 1, but that's going to be that for that, Joe. Taco versus 3 now, and there's not much he can do. Obviously, that clip or magazine, I always forget which bloody one it is.
I think it's clip.
It's not going to be enough against 3 with all those kind of high-low angles as well.
So you can really see what Games Academy are trying to do in their pistol round there. What they wanted to do is say, okay, we want to eliminate the possibility that you're going secret, and if you're not going secret, we'll know straight away, and then we'll already be a pop dog. So when that happens, we'll crush your A push. That's what they're doing with that. They're unlucky, I think, but I like the idea. That said, we do have the force buy, and they're going to kick it off with actually winning the first duel. Lucas is going to take down Cold, and Lucas, can he get anything else? No, he won't. It's going to be an advantage now for Luminosity on the players, as well as, of course, the weaponry. And it's not a good look for Games Academy anymore, but can they get more damage here? There's a couple low players. Nicely done by Henny.
Things are getting messy. Which way will this round go? Henny, no armor and a Mac-10. Steel's
so
heavily tagged. And the bomb still needs to be planted. The bomb is on the floor.
This is so awkward because he's the only guy on his team that didn't have any Kevlar. That's so unfortunate. Oh dear. And Steel definitely should have died there. That was very unlucky. But good damage by Games Academy, keeping the money of Luminosity low, keeping them honest.
Right, so one more eco here for Gamers Academy. And then we will see what is what in the first map of this best of 3. So, standard stuff. Luminosity just charging the site, as did Gamers Academy on their anti-eco. He's jumping there just to avoid being headshot by any sneaky pistols around the corner. I think someone mentioned RPK, for example, on Cash in Source. When he used to come out of T Warehouse, he used to jump and basically headbutt the ceiling. So he would land again very quickly just to help avoid being headshot.
It's a really big deal in 1.6 as well, that technique. I actually remember playing against Rattlesnake once, a long time ago, like 2005 in 1.6, and I kept winning aim drills against him on Nuke because I kept doing that out of hut, and he was raging pretty heavily, as you can imagine. He's like, he said I was like abusing glitches in the game. It's pretty funny. Back at the, he probably doesn't remember that, but yeah. Because there was also another one where you could tap crouch in 1.6, which would like mess with the hitbox in your model. That was that was not so.
That's how you play
cool.
Games, man.
But I started doing that to Rattlesnake as well, just to rage him. It was funny. Anyway, 11-7.
Such BM.
Yeah, if it's Rattlesnake, you kind of have to do it. Fun times. So, right, we have the buy for both teams. AWP on Fallen, AWP on Henny. And let's see if Games Academy can show Luminosity how to do it. What are Luminosity going to go with here? Does it look like they are thinking about just taking some out control here towards Secret, and they could do a fast pop dog. I mean, they don't have anyone near Ali, which would be more indicative of this, or T main. But the fast like pressure into B, then the switch up into pop dog really fast, where you can catch the CTs on rotation, can be really strong. Virtus Pro are really awesome at that, but it does look like they just want to execute into B. Let's have a look and see how successful they are going to be.
They are going to be, Dan.
I'm shameless.
So, much riotous debris being thrown over the wall. Information has been found. Fallen will find the frag onto Taco. 3 versus 4. C2's going for the retake. Now, those smokes are really useful because they allow the T's to put the bomb down on the side, although I'm not sure exactly where it's been planted. It will be susceptible to spray down. It is a standard plant indeed, which makes it limits where LG can defend the bomb from. They're running out of people to do it with as well. So we've got Cold versus 4, and maybe he'll go for another Molotov play. Indeed, that will be the order of the day. No smokes for the CT. He's trying to hold it. 5 seconds. Of course he's not going to make it.
What the hell, mate?
Lucas goes down.
Oh, no.
And maybe Cold has done the job here. There's no one else to defuse. They're going to win the round.
Oh, that was a pretty big mistake there. Because the problem there is that Games Academy had the guy to actually cover higher. So if once the Molotov, which had been thrown prematurely, once the Molotov would have gone away.
It's a great day for Counter-Strike.
Yeah. So once the Molotov goes away, because he threw it prematurely, obviously you just need a guy holding the top and holding the bottom, and then it can be diffused with the guy that has a kit, and it's fine. But I guess he panics a little bit, because of course the Molotov will kill you before you can defuse.
10-second defuse. That.
Yeah, it's a 10-second defuse as well. So it's not even if he had a kit, he would die there. Like you can't. It's not physically possible to defuse it fully for a Molotov. It's not possible. I think it kills you just before the 5th second, even if you're fully HP'd.
I wonder. Now, I don't think this would work, but I wonder if you could stand on your teammate who was crouching and try to defuse that way, because then he will die. But then by the time you drop and finish defusing the bomb, right? That's legit. If that works, that's legit.
I have never seen someone try it. Never seen anyone even have that idea. So
I don't think it's legit.
I'm gonna give you props to that one. Someone must have tried it. Someone must have tried that.
I imagine that would probably cause glitches in the game of like diffusing through walls and things like that as well. Anyway, the game resumes.
Yeah.
Henny opening up on Luminosity.
Yeah, so he has saved his orb. Let's see if he can get extra damage with it. That's really what he needs to do here. If he can save it into the next round, that'd be even better. But we'll have to see.
Dan, they went for a 10-second defuse in a Molotov.
I know, James. It doesn't make sense. It's nonsense. Oh, great shot by Henny. Oh my goodness. Taco gets both players, and the last guy is so far away that this time they can go for the full. They can do a 20-second defuse if he wants. He has all day to defuse. Now the point I was going to mention about the last round is that a lot of teams have this problem where they get this false sense of security.
Tentacles down.
It's like, oh, we can do this execute onto the B bomb site. But okay, sure, if you can getting the bomb down is not the hard thing. I always talk about this. You need to be able to push forwards and take yard, because we've seen this every single time in this match as well. That when the T's are not able to control connector, the CTs just slowly kill them and push them all the way back. Of course, I think Games Academy didn't quite play that last situation out perfectly. We had that 3 versus 1 with a 10-second defuse in the Molotov. But they should have won that round, I think. Either way, we're into another fast push here from Luminosity into the yard. And Games Academy are looking to go for a solid defense. There's smokes all over the place, but they are picking up the kills, and Luminosity have not got the bomb down yet. It's on the floor.
CTs are spread all over the A site, almost in an entire line. Maybe one frag on the way? Indeed, there is one frag on the way for Luminosity. 3 players left here for LG. Bolts and Fallen heavily tagged as well, but they're starting to even up the numbers. Showtime's taking a bit of damage. Now things will slow down. All the nades, more or less, have been exhausted. Just a few things here and there, and he's holding on to a smoke. I'm wondering why.
Because why not? Oh, we got a bit of a flank action here coming in from the CTs. We do have, I think it's Showtime or Taco rather. Yeah, here it is. Will he spot Fallen? This is a sneaky position from Fallen. Oh no, Fallen's not looking the right way. Oh, that's so unfortunate. He was looking a little too far left to see that in his peripheral. And he will get blindsided by Taco. And now it's going to be Bolts who's going to make his way in. And Showtime's got the angle as well. So the CTs, Games Academy, they're really playing this round out very well from this 3-on-3 position. And Luminosity are struggling. It's just on Steel to get the bomb down. He's got 20 seconds to do it. It's not really enough time, considering the bomb is really, really far out of the way of that bomb site. That's where the old bomb site used to be, in fact, back in the days. So Steel would try to survive and retreat with his AK, as the CTs try to hunt him down and kill him after time, but they are not going to be successful.
Can they even afford to?
Yes. Oh wow. Yeah, it seems that they can. So yeah, Games Academy look well set up here, economically speaking, and also being 3 rounds away to actually win this match now.
Well, let's see if they can take it over the line. Got a force buy coming out from Luminosity. They know that they cannot afford to lose any more rounds. But nor can they afford a full buy, so they are put in a difficult position. Ooh, they might funnel, but where? You can see Henny's in a position to get some early information. Taco, good support for the AWPer. Always nice to see second player supporting the big green gun. Can make a hell of a difference, so they're going to try and slow things down where they can towards the B-bomb site. What will Luminosity do with this? Still going to see if he can find anything in that smoke, and this is going to be a quick burst. CT's well placed to avoid the flash. Oh, it doesn't avoid the flash after all. But nobody's down yet. Pushing through the smoke are the T's, and they're going to take Taco from behind. So how far will they continue? Tech9's coming in. FNX will go down as well. More to find. There goes Henny. Clutch damage done by Luminosity. Only Showtime remains. He's got 3 HP then. He's dead.
Yeah, nice. Really fast push right to the back. Not allowing the CTs to coordinate amongst the trains to kind of slow push and squeeze them out of the bomb site. It was very effective. And that's something that the Tech9s really allow you to do, because you can move and shoot with them so quickly that they actually become very strong in B pushes in that sense. So Luminosity keep themselves in it, and that's actually going to force Games Academy to an eco. And I think they should have a pretty strong buy in the next round, because they did have quite a lot of money last round. So I guess they just want to avoid kind of forcing it with some Famises and mags and stuff.
Showtime is around the corner from Bolts. He's going to take another corner and then take Bolts' life. Notice how he's not going straight for the AK. In a lot of situations, like on more casual level, people run straight for the gun. But you can see there are 2 Ts approaching the gun. They will probably try and dispose of it, throw it over the wall as one holds an angle. But obviously, the CT knows he can't go for the gun because it is now essentially bait. with which to take his life. When he goes down, they'll know that Showtime was the one to kill Bolt, and they will look for him. And Molotov trying to force him out of his position, and oh, that timing almost went down there. But I think the gun has now been disposed of.
Yeah, and they're forcing aggressions across the map now and just waiting for them to play out. As we saw Taco there, Taco is like, oh crap, I just lost a guy in alley. 2 guys in alley, in fact. I better try to do something here. And Luminosity patiently waiting for such a desperate move, and they have punished it successfully. So now they just have to close the round out together. They are now moving as a unit. The 4 remaining players are making their way down to the B-bomb site, and they'll promptly get the plant and the round victory. Not much for Games Academy to do, but if we check their money real quick, as there was, yeah, see, they have a lot of money left over here, so in theory they could have actually bought in this round, in theory. They could have dropped a couple Famases and so on and actually got a buy together, but they decided to go for the save. So that means they're going to have everything in the next round. They'll have all the M4s they want, all the AWPs they want, and also all the grenades. So I kind of like that they respect their own buy rounds in that sense. And you know, interestingly, usually when we see teams playing, like 2 teams from the same nation playing each other, like Sweden versus Sweden, we factor in the domestic battle is a factor, essentially. Swedes know how Swedes play. They play against each other all the time. Swedes don't like to play Swedes. Same in France, same in CIS. But with these 2 teams, maybe it is. I don't know the Brazilian scene well enough to say how
No, you don't, Down. Stop the rumors.
How to factor in the domestic factor. Is it how important is that in this match?
Well, Gamers Academy played the patient game. They wanted the full buy, not a half-assed buy, and here it is. Henny on the AWP. We will see. They are 3 rounds away from game 1 in this best of 3 versus their boss, essentially. We will see if they can take it over the line. Luminosity are armed to the teeth with grenades. They've not thrown a single one yet. So Gamers Academy needs to be careful. They're running low on nades already, and by the time Luminosity go for an execute, they may have no response other than to face.
Okay, so interesting little flash there. I'm not sure what the purpose is unless his teammate's going to peek with that from the upper area secret. Not really sure what that flash is about, James.
I can only imagine he's maybe trying to bait some shots to see if anyone's there or something. But there's no answer from Luminosity. And again, a few nades coming down, but there's still a bunch of Molotovs. The bomb is moving towards A. The fake has not really been sold as Gamers Academy has barely moved. They've got 3 people in connector now, and these LG players are going to be pinched on the site as there is one in the old hell area.
Yeah, a lot of damage being done on either side. Games Academy is surviving with a few players, but they're incredibly low on HP. FNX will take down Steel in the end. A nice peek there from Cold to eliminate Taco, which will bring Luminosity into the round with a chance, but the bomb still needs to get planted. There's no time really to do that. He has to go for it. This gives key seconds here for FNX to get positioning. That will be the death of Cold, and now the Incendiary to finish the job.
But they need to start defusing soon. I think Fallen's going to try and stop this, but no, he can't. He can't do it. Gamers Academy move to round 14. But Luminosity has money in the bank. Some money in the bank. Cold can drop. They can go for this. But if they fail, I do fear for them, Dan.
It would be cool to see an aggression from Games Academy, like something like just maybe even as simple as an AWP on Secret or something. Something a little bit of just a little bit of a mix-up, or even getting aggressive close in yard like this. Actually, this is nice. Playing 2 players up close. And they're actually kind of doing all of those things, more or less. So having more of an aggressive presence is really cool, because they might get a quick pick, and it's a bit of a different pace than Luminosity have been expecting. So we'll see if it will actually pay off for them. They've been hitting their shots, generally speaking, so they shouldn't feel too afraid to try to take some risks like that in a position where they can break the economy of their opponents. And it's very nice of Luminosity. They got the bomb down in the previous round. That's enabled them to have a solid buy with a lot of grenades here.
You can see a bit of an aggressive hold towards Team Main here from Gamers Academy. Something we were talking about previously. We are seeing demonstrated from them. They kind of have a 2-man cover of Popdog and Main. Steel's just lurking around Popdog, but other than that, 3-man Ivy push seems to be coming up from Luminosity. There are 35 seconds left. If this fails, the round is lost.
Yeah, Showtime is really key in this round. Showtime and Henny. Now Showtime needs to get some damage done here. He has to drop the bomber. He's going to get spotted. He does take down Boss, but that's pretty much all he can get done. Now Henny's going to come in from the connector angle, but he doesn't really have a good shot. He rotates too far away from his teammate there in that position. This looks really solid for Luminosity. There's not a lot that Games Academy can do. That said, Taco is going to find himself in a nice position, and we will have the Attack 9 finishing the round there in the hands of Fur, and that's going to bring Luminosity to 11. And this is very, very unfortunate timing for Games Academy because they just won a round. This means that they are reset on their bonus, so $1,400 for them in this round, having lost the last one. And double up on Luminosity is going to be a nice little mix-up. And it should be quite potent, I think, because Games Academy aren't going to have big weapons moving into the next round, if they buy in the next round.
I think the key for Games Academy here is, can they steal something and hold it for the upcoming round? They're going to have a 3-man push towards Steel's position, towards the Pop Dog area. And Steel's just about going to survive that for at least 3 players. I was going to say, it was a bit of a steep angle in a sense that, or a deep angle, you might, if you will, in a sense that he could, there was space to face 2 CTs at the same time. They take down 3. So the round is essentially over, but can Taco save the AK? Obviously saving the AWP would be the preference here, but he'll take what he can get. He will get himself a headshot, but now his seconds are numbered. Spray down from Cold. 2 Luminosity players taken down, but really the onus is on survival for Games Academy.
Yeah, I like the point you made about the kind of objective being trying to save one of the AWPs. I think that is definitely correct. Like, it's probably the best outcome possible there, but very hard to do. And we'll see Games Academy now with an AWP on Henny. They were able to purchase a decent amount of weaponry. This is a really, really important round for them to win because they're not going to see good weapons in the near future if they don't win this one. And that's going to allow Luminosity to get themselves up to 14 very quickly. Now, good aggression on Ali has given an edge here for Games Academy. They go 5-4 in players. And the bomb has not really made a decision as to where it's going just yet for Luminosity, but they have to scratch together a plan now and say, okay, we're down a man. We probably shouldn't go for any more pick battles, so we should try to get some map control going. And it's kind of hard on this map. You just have to push. There is no real map control in this map. It's a weird map in that sense. It's either you're on a bomb site or you're not, as the T's.
Slow play is the order of the day. 50 seconds left. And Luminosity, a man down, are just waiting, biding their time. It looks like they are preparing to execute grenades towards the A site. You can see the position of the bomb as well towards T main. No pot shots towards the Pop Dog area where those smokes are thrown from. And here comes Posh Molotov nades, flashbangs coming, and the CT's just waiting. They know it has to be A here with this amount of aggression from the T's. Trades coming in. T's moving towards the bomb site, quite sufficiently smoked off to allow the plant, but how will the CTs deal with the retake here?
Yeah, there's a player coming in from Pop Dog, but I think Steel's got the angle, so he should be able to eliminate this player. And the round is very much hinged on who wins this aim duel, Steel or I think it is actually Taco who's there. He's going to be dropping down, and Taco kills Steel. That's going to turn Fallen now. Fallen's the last man standing. He's caught between 2 angles. He needs to hit the shots here. There's not a lot of time left to kill on the bomb, and then he's won the round, and he's got to go fast. He can't be mistaken here in any of these shots. He's got to shoot true, and Fallen has managed to kill enough time. He's done the job. He's going to die. He's going to fall on his sword, but actually, Henny's going to get away with the AWP. That's actually a really big deal because they can actually, if they want to, they can force behind it, but it's much smarter to save here because they lost 2 in a row, so I guess that's going to be $2,400 on the next round. So they'll have a full buy again on the next round.
I think it'll be suicide for them to do it here, where things will be tied up. Worst case scenario, if they force and fail, then they're looking at losing the game because they'd have a crap buy for the following. Let's see what they can do with this AWP. Again, in these kind of desperate situations, you want to get an early advantage here. The CT's doing what they can. Henny pushing Ivy, and he has Cold trapped, and Cold has help. There are 4 players basically trying to. Oh,
oh no!
Doesn't dare take the shot. All he sees is a kneecap.
Oh god, this is really tense, to be honest.
It's caught the focus of so many T's. And I wonder if the CTs were aware of this, if they could do something. But obviously, there's no way for them to be. Showtime's coming in with 2 massive frags. Bear in mind that Gamers Academy have the AWP, and now Luminosity don't know where that AWP is. They're going to have to push a site with 3 people. There's still a bit of time for them to do it, but they have to gamble, because if they run into Henny, then anything is possible. They've got 3 smokes and 3 flashbangs. Those will be key for Luminosity. 35 seconds left.
Yeah, just like you say, Henny, all he has to do is hit 1 shot and they're down to 2 players against 4. That is a really nasty situation. They're going for that A-bomb site. Out, Pop Dog they go. Grenades will be soaring through into the bomb site. But there it is. He's going to drop the bomber, in fact. So that's going to kill some extra time. And there's not a lot of it left. There's 15 seconds to get the bomb down. FNX is coming in from the flank. Are they doing this from this eco round? It's looking like that's what's going to happen, as the bomb has not been planted. There is literally no time left and no players left to get the bomb down either. 15-13, Games Academy with a heroic play there from Showtime. They thought that it was the AWPer, that he backed away from Addy, but Showtime, he was still there. Lying waits.
Yeah, that's a really weird situation when... Actually, we'll come back to it later. Never mind. There's no time, Dan. There's 2 AWPs now for Gamers Academy. We're seeing a Sornoff leading the charge for Luminosity in what could be the final round of train. This is a very unique situation indeed. 4 Tech-9s and a Sornoff to keep Luminosity in game 1.
Respecting the Sornoff lately. We've been seeing it pop up a lot, which is cool. It is very cool. I used to really dislike that weapon, but it has proven its value lately. And Luminosity looking like they want to try to end this one. Or, well, Games are going to want to end this one with Taco going for the peak. He's going to spot the rush before it happens. Spray comes in, and that's Fallen taken out. That's a preemptive call as to what's happening. They're going to get there ahead of all the grenades from the T side. This is a strong round here from the CTs. Games Academy are about to take this round, it looks like. The bomb is going to go down. We'll have 1 HP on Cold. Bolts in a secret is going to get taken out by a headshot, and it's all on a guy who's got 1 HP. He's going to go for the pop flash play. It's all or nothing, and that's it. Games Academy, they're going to take train. Luminosity, they brought it back at a respectable amount of rounds, but that T side from Games Academy was rather impressive.
It's pretty meaty. I liked it. Now, I wanted to say something about the second last round where it was the AWP and just the pistols. Like it held the attention of 4 terrorists.
Yeah.
Of 4 of them.
Yeah.
All looking down towards the end of Ivy. Now, I don't know if they're expecting like a massive push
There's all 5
from
players.
the CTs to come. But then like even if there's a huge push from the CTs in that direction, that means the rest of the map is for the most part clear. Obviously, you have to be careful of your corners because if someone's got a Caesar, then 2, maybe even 3 of you can go down. But they had so much attention for so long that again, Henny disappears. They have no idea where he is now, and they don't have the time to find out where he is. They've got to plant the bomb, and that was a catastrophe. I think that was a massive mistake from Luminosity.
Yeah, so that means, unexpectedly, Luminosity will lose their map. And what is most interesting about that is that they not only did they choose Train, but they really heavily lost the CT side, which is supposed to be why you pick Train, because you're like, okay, our CT side is good, and we've got some cool strats on T side. That's how it works, really. So, hey, we're going to go into Cash now. It's going to be the next map. We'll take a quick break to set that up. To set that one up. Can Games Academy actually do this? Can they just win in 2 maps? I would never have expected that.
We will find out in a few minutes.